right, the problems continue for Donald Trump right now. You get new polls that show Hillary Clinton is widening her lead against the presumptive Republican nominee. However, we should point out those polls were taken before news of Britain's exit from the EU came out. Meanwhile, you get the Never Trump movement, which is not ready to throw in the towel quite yet. They're working now to save room on ballots across the country for a candidate that they don't yet have, that has not yet been named, but they're working on it. This comes on the heels of a Virginia delegate who is suing to become unbound, saying his right to free speech is being violated. And Politico is reporting that the party is struggling to find Republican leaders willing to take a speaking spot at next month's convention, not to mention the lack of fundraising. He doesn't have the money that Hillary Clinton does. Leslie Marshall and Hogan Gidley are back with me. Hogan, why can't the party seem to embrace their candidate?
They just don't like the fact that they can't control Donald Trump. For so long, the rank-and-file Republicans have been force-fed an establishment candidate we didn't like, we didn't want, and now for some reason they're upset that they're on the outside looking in, saying we've got a guy here we can't control. This happens so rarely in politics, and right now Donald Trump is the leader of a movement. He's got more votes than anybody in the history of Republican presidential primary politics, and they're all flummoxed by it, and they don't know what to do. And this Never Trump movement is as ill-conceived as it is clunky. It's not going anywhere. No one on the Rules Committee is on it. It's not going to change. And right now, Donald Trump is going to be the nominee of the party, and it's tough luck for those on the outside and the establishment looking at us going,
it's not good for him, right? I mean, Leslie, you don't want members of your own party taking shots at you at a time when you need people to be coalescing around you.
Oh, I agree. And I have to say, it goes far beyond what we just heard. You have states that are notoriously red, like Arizona, Utah, even looking at North Carolina, that may turn blue and just skip purple. You have people who, this is not a primary coming up in November, it's a general election, very different. You have people who do not feel that Donald Trump not only embodies the Republican Party, but doesn't share their vision for the party in the future, nor does it share the values that the party has had in the past and continues to want into the future.
And yet, isn't this what we're talking about, this almost realignment of the campaigns? I mean, when I hear Hillary Clinton talking about free trade and globalization, and I hear Donald Trump sort of giving the union line, which is that, no, these are taking jobs away from hardworking Americans, I'm just wondering if you actually are going to see a lot of states flip the other way, Hogan.
Well, the only person that could make a red state blue potentially is Hillary Clinton. But let's be honest, the only one who could make a blue state red is Donald Trump. He's ahead in Pennsylvania. He's tied in Wisconsin. Those are the blue-collar workers, the coal industry, that have absolutely been crushed by the federal government. And Donald Trump seized on that like Hillary Clinton hasn't. This TPP thing is so repulsive to a lot of rank-and-file Republicans. It said it was going to create jobs, but then they put a provision in the bill that granted millions for the people who would lose jobs. Well, if it's going to create jobs, why are you putting safeguards in it if you're going to lose jobs? It makes no sense. It's complete lunacy.
I think that one could come back to Hunter. Leslie, Hogan, good to see both you guys. Thank you so much.